Hey, it's Curly. You can tell from the mat here, we've got Yo and Hao that we're going to be opening up Shaman King. We've got the trial deck as well as the booster box here. This is a very special booster box for us in English because Shaman King actually got two separate booster boxes in Japan. And for us, they decided to delay it, but give us both of those sets in one. You can see the difference here from Record of Ragnarok here, which is this smaller booster box here, and it's literally double. As per usual for these, we'll start off with the trial deck here, and we'll unfortunately go through this maybe a little bit quicker just because the box is bigger than usual. We've got here the power counters, which I am a big fan of. These specifically because they're in orange. In general, I'm pretty hyped about the Shaman King stuff because everything's orange. Get a better look of the power counters here. Orange is one of my favorite colors. My favorite colors are purple, orange, and pink. But I had already used orange for the Twitch channel and purple for the gameplay channel, so pink got set as the color for the Vanguard channel. We got another one of the power counters here. And as per usual, we've got ourselves a mat. It does have a nice orange on it. Ooh, it's a very beautiful orange. I very much like this mat, actually. It's probably my favorite of the paper mats, aside from the Left Soccer one that has the like little manga on the back. And then you got a nice, beautiful infographic here on how to play cards and to look out for these uber rare cards, which are just like the high rarities of stuff. Very cool, very cool. Of course, we've got ourselves a guide here, which teaches you how to play by using Shaman King stuff, which is pretty cool. I feel like Shaman King definitely got a better treatment from Bushiroad when it comes to collabs, but it kind of makes sense. Shaman King is way bigger than Record of Ragnarok and also Token Rambu. Speaking of Shaman King, when it came to Token Rambu, I didn't know anything. Record of Ragnarok, I was kind of familiar with it, but Shaman King, I actually know Shaman King. I've seen all of the original series. I've seen some of the newer series. Wasn't the hugest fan of that, to be honest, and I haven't finished it yet. But I know Shaman King to an extent. I don't know how much of it I remember, but we'll see. So, first off here, we've got Fighting Together Yo Asakura. So, he is the grade 3 here. This is, of course, you give one with the foil. He has the skill unique to Shaman King, which is Oversoul, which is also, from the anime. But it's act on Vanguard Circle once per turn. Put a rear guard with Amanibaru in its card name into your soul. Draw a card, and its unit gets continuous on rear guard circle. All of your front row gets 5k to the end of the turn. So, if you're Persona right, you can actually use this and then give your front row 15k, which is dope. And then he also has a skill when it attacks. If your damage zone has 4 or more cards, counterblast 1 and his unit gets a critical to the end of that battle. So he has pseudo limit break here. We of course get 3 copies of him. There's another one I'm sure littered somewhere else for like the ride deck as they usually do for this. Starting since I think, I don't think Token Rambu was like that, but Record of Ragnarok and something else was like that. But when this unit, this is Fated Battle Yo Asakura. This is the grade 2 of the ride line. When this unit is boosted by Amanibaru in its, or unit with Amanibaru in its card name, counterblast 1, draw a card, using gets 5k to the end of battle. This card is very sick because you can get a very, very, very strong grade 2 turn because of how powerful that column can be. And on regular circle, it gets 2k, so we got ourselves 3 copies of that. We got ourselves Faust, Dr. Faust the 8th here, who is your 10k vanilla that doesn't do anything. Usually they give you 2 of these. I believe that means that we might have gotten the rare or SP of him, which is a little disappointing. But next up, we've got Famous Delinquent Wooden Sword Ryo here. When this unit, or on Rigor Circle, auto when the attack of your Vanguard with Asakura Yo in its card name hits, counterblast 2, you can stand this unit. But it is 9k, got 3 of those. Then we've got ourselves Itaoko Ana Kyoyama, which is the Sentinel for the trial deck, so that's the 7k one, but that always makes you discard. We got 3 of those, so I guess we also got the SP of the Sentinel, which I think we've done for Token Rambu and Record of Ragnarok, so that's kind of funny. Next up, we've got Legendary Samurai Amidamaru. This is what you use for the Vanguard. Grade 3, Asakura Yo. During your turn, if you have a Vanguard with Yo Asakura in its card name, this unit gets 5k. And if your Vanguard oversouls this turn, this unit gets a crit. Which you might think is cool, but these start with 0 crit, which is somewhat in universe for Shaman King, because they're like spirits, and they can't really do anything to presumably Beings of Prey, unless they like fuse with their shamans. This combos really well with the grade 2, because it lets you, we got 3 of those, it lets you get a really strong column turn 2. Then we got Manifested Form Elisa, which is Faust's, I believe, deceased wife. Sorry, spoilers. Even though it's like episode 3 or whatever. During the battle, this unit boosted a unit with Faust 8th in its card name. It gets 5k. Sure thing. Next up, we've got ourselves Stubborn Bandit. Tokagaro. I don't know why this guy is in the starter deck, but alright. I get that the starter deck kind of supports everyone, but it's just kind of weird. Anyways, during your turn, this unit gets 2k, and all of your units with Wooden Sword Ryu in its card name in the same column of this unit get 5k. So he starts out 7k, during your turn he becomes 9k, which is interesting. So he's technically a 9k at all times, for no cost, no anything. And he gives the Ryu in the same column 5k, so you can do that with the Ryu that can restand. That becomes a good 14, which is decent, could swing out a grade 3 Vanguard. Plus, this becomes a nice hefty 23k, I believe. So, not bad. We got 3 of these. Then we got ourselves the critical trigger here. Unyielding Battle Amidamaru. So this also is another thing that is unique to Shaman King. Their triggers are actually 6k base instead of 5k base, but they also have 0 critical, which is funny for a critical trigger. Got ourselves presumably 4 of those, but only 3 so far. Then we got ourselves Vengeful Tokogaro, which is the front here. Got 2 of those. I feel like we're missing one of those. I wonder if they do that on purpose to throw you off so you don't know which one of the cards is actually the SP. We got here a draw trigger that is having really hard trouble for my camera to like focus on, but acting like Yo Amidamaru, I guess because it's like really white. We got 3 of those. This might give it also issues. No, okay. Happy Memories Elisa here. It's a heal trigger. We got 3 of those. Then we got ourselves what I believe is an order. Yes, it's a Asakura Yo order, I guess. Interesting. Play this if you have a unit with Yo Asakura in its card name, if you rearguard with Amidamaru in its card name, or if you have one with Amidamaru in its card name, choose one of your Vanguards with Yo Asakura in its card name, and it gets 10k into the end of the turn. If you do not have a rearguard with Amidamaru in its card name, choose a card with Amidamaru in its card name from your drop and call it to rearguard circle. Interesting. Okay, we should have here the Ride deck, so we have the grade 1. Did we even look at the grade 1? I don't even know if we even saw the grade 1. But we have the grade 3, the grade 2. Here's the grade 1. I don't believe we've seen this yet, but this is Shaman Yo Asakura. When this unit is placed on Vanguard by writing from Yo Asakura, search your deck for 1 legendary Samurai Amidamaru, call it to back row rearguard circle, and shuffle your deck. And this is the Yo Asakura that you need to ride over. We got ourselves another copy of Faust. Thankfully he's not the SP. Got ourselves Jafriel, so not him either. Amidamaru in SP would have been nice, but not him. We got Elisa. We've got you guys. We draw trigger, the heal trigger. We got the order. We've got the over trigger here. I actually have the promo over trigger, but this is over Soul Strike. So, like any other over trigger, once you check this, either damage or drive, it becomes 100. It gives a unit 100 million and draw a card, remove it. And also, if you check this on drive check, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and deal them 1 damage. So you get to do drive check or damage check, even if there are more drive checks. So immediately as soon as this is checked, you give him 1 damage, which is pretty cool. And it's also an order, so similar to Token Rambu, it's in Overtrigger order. You can play this, and if your Vanguard is an Oversoul, you just retire all of your opponent's Fear Guards. It's kind of bonkers. And yep, we did get the, what is this, Shaman King rare of Ana. This might be worth a lot because it's a really pretty card. It's a very nice full out of her. It's too bad they wasted her on the, this should have been like Monta, but they wasted Ana as a PG on the crappy PG. And finally, it is the trigger that we got as the other rare. Unyielding Battle Amadamaru here. This also looks very nice, even though it is just very simple art. In general, me and Shaman King, it's kind of weird because this whole set is basically based off the newer anime. My knowledge of it is of the original anime. Some things overlap, some don't, and I also don't remember that anime too well. So let's see if we can maybe do this without breaking it. Nope, ripped it a little bit, but that is okay. No worries. As usual, watch Vanguard. Even though it's not overdressed anymore, it's well-dressed. But watch well-dressed. We got ourselves a box topper here, which I guess is a promo. It is Mount Osore Le Viole O Oni. Interesting. So this says when this unit attacks, put a rearguard with Ana Komiyama and its card name into your soul. And this unit gets 10k in crit until the end of the turn. Wow. And at the end of the turn, if you do not have Ana on board, either as Vanguard or Rearguard, retire this unit. If you're in drop, you can bind this, choose a Shaman normal unit from your drop, put it back in your deck and shuffle it. It's a pretty good promo, I believe. Interesting. So you can take a look at the box. You can take a look at here, and there's a lot going on here. I don't think these are all ride lines per se, and also some of these characters are duplicated. But I know that, for example, these top 4 here are ride lines. So we got Tao, Horohoro, Faust, Ryu, Chocolov, I believe, is also a ride line, and this guy, I believe, is Lasurge. He also has a ride line as the white stuff falls out. This is Janine. She also has a ride line, and then there's also Hao, who also has a ride line. So there's at least 8. Then Ana also has a ride line as a promo that I got for the sneak peek, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if it's available in the set itself. And then the other cards here are like the grade 2s of the units that you can actually use in the same deck or in other decks. This Ana might be that art, but Ana has a Vanguard Circle unit, if I remember correctly. Let me double check on that actually. Here we go, we got Mount Osore Le Vileo Ana Kyoyama, sorry. You can see here when this is placed on Vanguard Circle, choose a card with Ana Kyoyama in its card name from your soul, and you may call it Rearguard Circle. And it also has a skill on Vanguard Circle. Once per turn, at the end of the battle that your Shikigami Zenki attacked, so +1, choose one of your Shikigami Goki in the same column as that. Shikigami Genki or Zenki, swap the position, and then the Goki gets a crit at the end of that turn. It probably doesn't have crit to begin with. And then this is the Overtrigger promo. It does the same thing as the other promo, it just has, different name and it has Yo and Ana on it. Alright, let's get to opening here. I really like the pack designs for these, they look very pretty. Hao and Yo look very cool. The orange is very nice, it's a very nice bright orange here. But let's go ahead and open these and see what we can pull. There are a lot of things that I'd like to build, or a couple of things I'd like to build for this, so we'll see how this goes. We got Ready towards Iko Puse Korokoro here, which is a critical trigger. We've got the grade 1 Tao Ren here. Hatred toward the Tao family. The unit is placed on Vanguard Circle by writing from Tao Ren. Search your deck for up to 1 warrior who serves the Tao family, Bashon. Call it to back row Rearguard Circle, shuffle your deck. Very similar to Asukura Yo. During the battle of this unit, boosted an impaling punishment, Boris Tepes Dracula. This unit gets 10k. So Loyal Servant Balumoro. There's like some other stuff that I guess you can use as it might not be as like a Vanguard skill, but it might just be something that you can just have as like text and stuff. So this is Mick for Chocolate, but this is just the heal trigger version. Next up, we've got ourselves X-Laws Mini Montgomery. If you have a Vanguard with Genie in its card name, or Janine, this unit can intercept from the back row. Cool, not bad. Got ourselves the effect critical trigger here, so much like Record of Ragnarok, they do come with effect crits and triggers, or just effect triggers out the box, which is good. They don't have the heals, but that's fine. We can make do without those. And we're actually going to get ourselves, I believe, yep, the grade 3 Vanguard Circle Tao Ren. This is actually the like second form, Super Bushin Tai Ren. This can only be written from a grade 3 with Tao Ren in its card name, so it's like a additional Persona ride, except without the Persona ride. But when this is placed on Vanguard Circle, search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 or greater Tao Ren, or card with Tao Ren in its card name. Reveal it, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So you can Persona ride next turn. You can also Oversoul, put a rear guard with Bastion in its card name into your soul. Choose 3 of your opponent's rear guards, retire them, and this unit gets 10k until the end of the turn for every 5 cards in your drop. Wow, interesting. Would have thought that would have meant like your opponent's drop, but okay, cool. Got ourselves Holy Angel Metatron here. This unit attacks kind of last 1, so unit gets 15k until the end of that battle. Wow, that becomes a 28k attacker. Not bad. You got Silver Arm, Silver Wing. All of your rear guards with Silver Arms in its card name in the same column as this unit cannot be attacked. Gives you some slight protection. Ominous Presence Faust the 8th. This unit is placed on Vanguard Circle by writing from Faust 8th. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck, search your drop for up to 1 card with Elisa in its card name, and put it to your hand. Speaking of Faust, here is the Skeleton Army token that you use for that deck. Then we've got ourselves Explosion Panda Hangjiang Qing. When this unit is bound from Vanguard Circle, or Rearguard Circle, by the ability of your Vanguard with How in its card name, you may draw a card. If you drew, choose a card from your hand and discard it. Interesting. Next time I showed you guys the grade 2. This is an order for Horo. Kiao Kiao Pui Huenpi. Play this when your unit with Horo. When you have a unit with Horo in its card name, choose one of your opponent's back row units. Your opponent moves them to the front row, or to an upper. You choose one back row, move it to front row, and they cannot move it or retire that unit. Choose a Horo order, not name Kiao Kiao Pui Puen Pi from your drop, and you may put it in your hand. And if you put a card, bind this card. Very interesting. I know Horo is kind of like a semi Mega Colony kind of thing, because he like makes unit not stands and stuff like that. Very interesting. But yeah, we've got here the triple rare Faust here. I actually have like a Shaman King rare of this that I got from the promo. But I'll sacrifice these legs for her sake. Faust the 8th. When a unit is placed on Vanguard Circle from hand, if you have a Vanguard with Yola Sakura or Wooden Sword Ryo in its card name, counter boss 1, choose a Shaman with grade equal or less than your Vanguard from your drop and call it. So it's pretty useful. Lets you fill out your board. Next up, we've got Who Cares About Manliness? Piote Diaz. When your unit with How in its card name is attacked, choose up to 2 cards with Bios in its card names from your bind zone and columns of Guardian Circle. Then, when this unit is bound from Rearguard Circle by the ability of your Vanguard with How in its card name, counterblast 1 and choose a card, or choose one of your units, and it gets 10k to the end of the turn. So apparently How binds his own units. This is the starter Horo. This is the grade 1 Judgment and Death Penalty Lysurge. I'm assuming that's Lysurge. When this unit is placed by writing from Kind-Hearted Boy Lysurge, search your deck for up to 1 Dancing Beautiful Morphina. Call it to back row Rearguard Circle and shuffle your deck. I don't know this guy. I don't think he was in the original series, so that's why whenever I see him, I'm like, who the fuck is that? But maybe I just don't remember very well. Got ourselves the heal triggers, as mentioned, no crits, 6k. And we got ourselves, wow, this is a Shaman King rare, together with beloved Faust the 8th. This is actually the Vanguard Circle Faust. Man, I'm getting really lucky with Faust, but he's one of the ones that I'm not interested in playing, because he has a sort of like Zorga playstyle. But his Oversoul act on Vanguard Circle once per turn, put a rearguard with Lisa in its card name into your soul, countercharge. Choose up to one normal unit with Lisa in its card name from your drop, call it to rearguard circle, so you gotta have 2 of these in rotation. Then, or at least have something that lets you Soul Blast after you use this effect, but then he also has a skill on Vanguard Circle once per turn, counterblast and retire 3 Skeleton Army tokens. Choose up to 1 Calcium Giant from your hand or drop and call it to Vanguard, Rearguard Circle. Never seen Calcium Giant, so that's a new one. Then we got ourselves an order for Faust the 8th. This is Necromancy. This is a set order. You can only play this if you have Faust the 8th in your, or just a unit with it. Then when this card is put into the order zone, look at the top 2 cards from your deck. Choose up to 1 Lisa from them in its, one that has a Lisa in its card name from among them, reveal it, put it in your hand and discard the rest. I mean, out of 2, that's not great odds. Then in your order zone, if you have a Vanguard with Faust the 8th in its card name, bind 3 cards from your drop, call up to the same number of Skeleton Army tokens to your rearguard circle as the number of Necromancy in your order zone. I thought it was for the number of cards that you can bound or something like that, but that's unfortunate. Then we've got ourselves becoming the world's top comedian, Joko. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, your opponent cannot intercept until the end of the turn. Then you can Soul Blast 2, search your deck for up to 1 Jaguar Mike, call it to rearguard circle in the same column as this unit, and shuffle your deck. These guys make a really good combo because they can get really strong as well. Judgment of Absolute Laws, Iron Maiden Jeanine, or Jian, one of those two. When this is rooted upon by Elf of Salvation, Iron Maiden Jeanine, put the top card of your deck into the damage zone face down, choose a card from your damage zone and put it into your hand. Got some Angel Feather going on here, and during your turn this gets 2k. Then we've got ourselves Souls of the Tau Family Ancestors. You can have up to 16 of these cards in your deck. Got some meteor shenanigans going on here. So on rearguard circle, you can put this into your soul. This is actually 100 times better than a meteor because it's a unit that has shield. You can actually play it, but you can put this into your soul, choose a card from your drop, and put it into your soul. Interesting. Then we've got ourselves the grade 2 Ever-Changing Pendulum Lysurge. When this unit attacks while boosted by a unit with Morphine in its card name, counterblast with 1. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose 1 card from among them, put 1 into your hand, put the rest on the top of your deck. And it gets 2k on your turn. So it has this sort of like Hex Orb or like Oracle Think Tank mechanic to them. It's very interesting. Next up, we've got ourselves Invocation here. We have a unit with Ana Kyoyama in its card name. Play this with counterblast 1. Search your deck for up to 1 Spirit unit card, call it to rearguard circle, and shuffle your deck. This is specifically an Ana order. And we've got True Capabilities. Play this if you have a unit with Talran in its card name, choose a card with Bashon in its card name, or Bason in its card name from your soul, call it to rearguard circle, and it gets 10k any crit to the end of the turn. Your Vanguard with Talran in its card name, Oversoul this turn, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it. So you can Oversoul, bring it out, Oversoul next turn, use it as a unit. Not bad. We got Powered Up Wooden Sword Rio here. This is for the ride line. On Vanguard Circle, Soul Blast, a card with Wooden Sword Ryu in its card name. Search your deck for up to 1 of Ryu's buddies, call it to rearguard circle, shuffle your deck, and then during turn it gets 2k. He also has a sort of like meteor thing where the buddies, you can play 9 of them in a deck. And we're going to get a very blurry, there we go, triple rare, supple and flexible mana Yo Asakura. Once you place on rearguard circle, if you have a Vanguard with Wooden Sword Hero or Faust the 8th in his card name, this unit gets 5k at the end of the turn. If your damage zone has 3 more, counterblast, draw. Not the best, but complete body and soul devotion. I'm a Demaru here, which is the heal trigger. We got the grade 0 to destroy the evil of this world, Iron Maiden GN. We've got ourselves Adios Eternamente Fantasma Grande. During your turn, if you have a Who Cares About Manliness Piote Diaz on your rearguard circle, this unit gets 5k and a crit, so that's 0 crit. And this unit can attack your opponent's front row rear guards from the back row. Interesting. Ourselves, I guess, another Horo Horo. Yep, another Horo Horo order here in Mososo Kurpi. If you have a unit with Horo Horo in its card name, play this with Soul Blast 1. Draw a card, choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards, and that unit cannot stand during the next stand phase. Or stand phase, yeah. We got ourselves Shaman King Rare of Metatron. Looks really nice. The rares look really nice because they're just like full arts without the foil. Here we go. Calcium Giant. So we can't call this to rare circle. This gets 5k for each necromancy in the order zone, and then at the end of the turn, retire this unit. That's not very great. We got first Aaron Opacho. When this is put on guard circle from hand, if you have a Vanguard with How, its card name, discard a card from your hand, and this unit gets 15k until the end of the battle. So it's a 20k shield, it's like a crit PG-ish, sort of. When this unit is bound from rear guard circle by the ability of your Vanguard with How, and its card name, counter boss 1, put this into your hand. Ooh, that's kind of good. Pet of the Faust family, Frankenstein. When this unit is placed on a rear guard circle, you have a Vanguard with Faust the 8th in its card name. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Choose up to one of them with either Faust or Elisa in its card name. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and discard the rest. I think that counts for like the triggers for like any of these. So you can actually add them. I think you can oversoul with the triggers also. So we've got ourselves Mischievous Conchi here. This unit is placed on a rearguard from hand. Choose one Mischievous Conchi from your drop and call it. 5k grade 1. This looks like, yep, the grade 1 for the ride deck. Are we doing this? Wooden Sword Heal. When this unit is placed on Vanguard circle by riding from Wooden Sword Heal, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to one in search of happy plays, or reuse buddies from among them, reveal it, put your hand, shuffle your deck. Then we've got ourselves Gagwind here. If you have one unit with Joko in its card name, play this with counter boss 1. All of your opponent's front row rear guards get minus 5k at the end of the turn. Interesting. It's a blitz order. Ah, that makes more sense. Okay. End of the turn, so not too bad. This is the grade 2 for the ride line of Faust, inheriting Madness Faust the 8th. This unit is placed on Vanguard circle by riding from Ominous Presence Faust the 8th. Counter boss 1. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Put all Necromancy from your drop into your hand. And then during your turn, he gets 2k. Seems to be the case for all of them. We've got ourselves the other grade 3 Faust here. Mephisto A. Faust the 8th. So it can only be rolled by grade 3 with Faust in its card name. Then on Vanguard circle, once per turn, Soul Blast 2, choose a card with Lisa in its card name from your drop, call to Vanguard circle, and it gets 15k to the end of the turn. So you can oversoul the previous turn, ride this, Soul Blast her out, then choose the Lisa you Soul Blasted out, call it, gets 15k. And I guess you can oversoul with her. And then this Faust gets 10k at the end of the turn for each Elisa in its card name in your soul. So maybe you don't want to do that. Then we get Laws of the Jungle, Horo Horo here. So when this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Talran or Joko in its card name, this unit gets 5k at the end of the turn. And then during the battle that your Vanguard, Talran, or Joko is attacked, this guy gets 10k shield. So he goes 15k shield, 15k attacker. Very solid. They have these by like teams, so which is why they specify those specific units for their effects. Great Mountain God Imari. You have a Great Mountain God Shigaraki on your Vanguard circle, counter boss, or your rear guard circle, sorry, counter boss 1. Choose one of your units with Asakura and its card name, and until the end of the turn, increase or decrease this unit attack to match the chosen unit's attack until the end of the turn. And it's only for at that time. Interesting. We got the grade 1 here, Jaguar Joko. We got Jiang Shi Sha Moon. This unit gets 5k. If you do not have a Shaman with Tau in its card name in the same column as this unit cannot attack or boost. Goldva's orders. So we perform the following: draw a card, then reveal the top 2 cards from your deck, put all cards with silver or silver in its card name from among them into your hand and discard the rest. Wow. So you could essentially draw 3 with this? What the fuck? Okay. We got ourselves another Shaman King rare here. Head of the Tau family, Tau N. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Turbo Counterblast 2, choose search your deck for up to 4 souls of the Tau family ancestors, put them into your soul, and shuffle your deck. I think that's the grade 1 that you can play like 16. We got ourselves results of Hellacious Training here, which is the effect draw trigger. And we've got ourselves a Dancing Beautifully Morphina here. So when this unit is put into Rearguard Circle by the cost of an Oversoul, look at the top card of your deck, call it to Rearguard Circle, or put it into your hand. If you put it into your hand, discard a card from your hand. So you can kind of make up for the fact that you lose a Rearguard with this, which is pretty neat. Spectacular Pursuit capabilities, Morphina. We got a critical trigger for her. Then we got ourselves 21 teammates. When this unit is boosted by Big Touchdown, Big Guy Bill on Rearguard Circle and it hits, Counterblast 1, stand this unit, swap the position with that Big Touchdown, Big Guy Bill. This guy gets 5k and critical, has no critical to start with. At the end of the turn. Interesting. Then we got ourselves our Shikigami Zenki here. If you have a unit with Ana Koyama in its card name and Shikigami Goki in the same column as this unit gets 5k and a critical, has no critical to begin with. And at the end of the turn, if you do not have Ana, you retire this. We got ourselves Homing Pendulum, which is of a Surge order. If you have a unit with a Surge in its card name, play this with Counterblast Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your units with a Surge in its card name, and at the end of the turn, when it would attack, it battles all of your opponent's front row units. Sure. Whoa, that looks crazy cool. This is Team Fumbari Hot Springs. Play as your Vanguard with Yo Asakura or Wooden Stone Ryu or Faust the 8th. It's a Blood Sorter, by the way. Choose one of your units and it gets 10k to the end of the turn. If you have one or more units with Yo Asakura or Wooden Stone Ryu or Faust the 8th and the card name on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, discard a card in your hand and draw 2. Not bad. Then we got ourselves a grade 2 Tau Ren here, Towards the Eternal World Tau Ren. When it attacks while not boosted, Counterblast 1 and it gets 10k to the end of the battle. And when this unit attacks, hits a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, discard a card from your hand. Your opponent searches a card from their hand and discards it. That leader of bandits, Tokagerov. So he says on Rearguard Circle, Counterblast 1, to the end of the turn, this unit can attack your opponent's back row units from the back row. And then during your turn, if your order zone has a In Search of a Happy Place, all of your Never-Ending Traveler Wooden Sword Ryu on Vanguard Circle get 5k, and this card is regarded as Ryu's buddies. Bozo Ryu Sugimoto. When this unit attacks, if you have a Bozo Zen Yoneda on Rearguard Circle, this unit gets 5k to the end of the turn. Sure. We got a draw trigger, Bashon. We got Ryu's Buddies, which is one of the horriblest looking cards of this set. So it's 7k, grade 1. You can have up to 9 of these in the deck. And if your Wooden Sword Ryu is being attacked, or another one of itself is being attacked, then this unit gets Intercept. We got Emos Noki Pekoner. If you have a unit with Horo in its card name, you can play the Counterblast 1, draw a card. Choose one of your Vanguard with Horo in its card name, and it gets 10k to the end of the turn. Sure. Oops. We got ourselves Acolyte of the Asakura family, Kamao Tamayura, or Tamamura, not Tamayura. Damn, that's a tongue twister. Tamao Tamamura. There we go. So Vanguard Circle, you can rest a Ponchi or Conchi to look at the top card of your deck, and I guess just put it back. And then when this unit attacks, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is not a trigger, this unit gets 5k to the end of the battle. You have to reveal it. Interesting. We got ourselves Divine Enforcer Shamash. This unit is put into Vanguard Circle into your soul for Oversoul. You can choose one Shaman from your drop and call it to Vanguard Circle. Not sure who she's for. I was gonna say she might be for like Janine. Yep, that's exactly who it is. Search your deck for up to 1 Janine order, reveal it, put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. And then her Oversoul, you can always one put a rear guard with Shamash and its card name into your soul. This unit gets following ability, auto on Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks, choose up to 1 card with Shamash and its card name from your soul, call it to front row Vanguard Circle, and that unit gets 15k and a critical to the end of the turn. So it's an additional attack. Realizing the same dream as her brother Pirika. Back row Vanguard Circle, if you have a Vanguard with Horo in its card name, got +1, rest this unit. Choose the Horo order from your drop, add it to your hand. Then we got ourselves the grade 0 here. We'll search. Got ourselves a cute Koro front trigger. We got Solemn Judgment Shamash here, draw trigger. We got ourselves finally Silva. I was even wondering where this guy was going to show up, but man. When this unit is placed on Vanguard or Vanguard Circle, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a card with silver arm in its card name or Goldil's orders, put into your hand and about discard it. Okay. Then you can choose. You put a total of 5 units with silver arms in their different card names from your hand or Vanguard Circle into the soul. Search your deck for Silva's test, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. I wonder what that is. We got Ruler of the World of Ice Horo. This is the upgraded grade 3 for Horo. Beginning of your main phase, choose a normal order from your drop, put it into your hand, and you can play 2 orders this turn. Wow. Zorga much? Or not Zorga much, but you can only ride this from a Horo grade 3. Then you oversoul, you put a Koro from unit with its card name into your soul. Retire all your opponents grade 1 or less regards, and you get 10k in crit in the turn. We got ourselves the upgraded Asakura Yo here. Spirit of the Sword Yo Asakura. Likewise, you can only ride this from the grade 3, and when it's placed, it gets 10k in crit. So it gets pseudo short ride. If you ride over itself, you do get personalized, so it becomes 20k. And then if you oversoul with Amadumaro until the end of the turn, all of your front row units get 10k. So if you're persona ride, that's 20k. And then when this would attack, it attacks all your opponent's units in the same column, which is kind of pointless because it's on Vanguard Circle and it gets a crit. But alright. Spirit of the mightiest steed in history, Kokuto. And this unit boosts a unit with Taoren or Bashon in its card name. If your opponent has no rear guards in their front row, boosted unit gets 10k to the end of the battle. Got your front trigger for Lisa here. Got ourselves Great Mountain God Shiragaki. When this is retired by opponent's card effect, so +1 and bring it right back to Vanguard Circle. We got Scorching Rain, Spirit of Fire. Got ourselves a very beautiful Taoist Taojon. You can on Vanguard Circle not once per turn, but act, count +1, rest this. Choose one of your Jingxing Li Paorong, and in the same column as unit, gets 15k at the end of the turn. And if you do not have one of those, choose one from your drop and call it. Got ourselves Man of the Stars Howl. When your 5 Grand Element Star Spirit of Fire in the same column as this unit attacks, rest this, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. And then we've got ourselves the grade 3 Howl. So on Vanguard Circle, act once per turn, count +1, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, search or call each of them to Rearguard Circle or discard them. Then Vanguard Circle your Oversoul, you put a Spirit of Fire to your soul, so you get 10k at the end of the turn, and then bind 3 of your rear guards. Choose a card with Spirit of Fire and its card name from your soul to drop. Call it to back row Rearguard Circle, and you can attack from the back row, so you can get a 3rd attack with that. Not bad. So Shaft Joko here. When this unit attacks while boosted by a unit with Mick in its card name, your opponent chooses a card from your hand and reveals it. You choose up to 1 card from your hand with the same grade as the card that was revealed. Reveal it. After you reveal the card, draw a card, and the unit gets minus 5k to the end of that battle for some reason. I feel like they mean your opponent or the unit attacking gets minus 5k. But yeah, don't be sad, quote unquote. There's some degrade 2. No. Yeah, it is. So then when this is rolled upon my great Onimoji How, choose up to 1 Shaman from your drop and call it to Rearguard Circle, and during your turn it gets 10k. Got ourselves the base form, Spirit of Fire, as a draw trigger. Got ourselves, ooh, Shaman King Rare. I got all the Ana luck today. Knock you straight down to hell. I got a Blitz Order for Ana Koyama. You can only use this if you have a unit with Ana Koyama in its card name. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's units, and their attack becomes 0 to the end of the turn. Yikes. That's a very beautiful card, though. We got ourselves Victorious is he who strikes first. Hodo. The end of the battle, this unit attack. This is the grade 2 for the ride line. While boosted by a unit with Hodo in its card name, put a card from your hand into the soul. Search your deck for up to 1 Hodo order. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Sure. And we got ourselves yeah, Rearguard Circle, grade what is it called? Double rare. Dalden, use your Surge here. And place on Rearguard Circle counterblast 1. Search your deck for up to 1 Poppy Spirit Morphina, a different Morphina from the one we saw. Call it to Rearguard Circle in the same column as its unit. Shuffle your deck. And when it attacks the Vanguard, look at the top card of your deck, and either put it in the top or the bottom. Impaling Punishment Bortestepis Dracula. When this unit is bound from Rearguard Circle by the ability of your Vanguard with How in its card name, so blast 1, choose one of your opponent's back row rear guards and retire it. We got ourselves Shikigaki Goki here. I believe this is about the same as the other one, if not, we saw this one already. Torturous Princess Iron Maiden Janine. When it's rolled upon by Judgment of Absolute Laws, Iron Maiden Janine, look at the top 5 cards from your deck, choose up to 1 unit with Shamash or X-Law and its card name from among them, reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck. We got ourselves Monta here, who says, counterblast 1, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose 1 card from among them, put it to your hand, and put the rest into your soul. Not bad. We got Trick or Treat Jack here. When this unit is placed on the Rearguard Circle, if you have a Wuda Mare Matilda Maltese on your Rearguard Circle, you draw a card, and if you drew, choose a card from your hand, discard it. Then we've got the great, or 5 Grand Elemental Spirits, Spirit of Fire. When your opponent's Rearguard is retired by a card effect, if you have How, if you have a unit with How in its card name, you can soul charge 1. And when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a unit with How on its card name, it gets 20k any crit. So I start with 0 at the end of the battle. Got ourselves Grade 3 Joko. Wind of Laughter that blows away evil. So he just has an Oversoul ability where you put Mick into your soul. So the end of the turn, your opponent cannot intercept, and all your opponent's grade 3 or greater units lose 5k. Oh no, he has another skill here, and at the end of the battle that it attacked, if you Oversoul, counterblast to stand it, and it gets -2 drives. Interesting. Magnum Craft Chuck. We have a Doll Master Marion Fuana on your Rearguard. Soul Blast 2. Call this unit to open Rearguard Circle from your drop in the same column as that unit, and you cannot call another one until the end of your turn. We got the actual worst looking card here, which is Silver Arms, Silver Horn. I don't even know what the fuck is going on here. But you can Soul Blast 1 and this unit gets 5k to the end of the turn. Got a heal trigger, Morphina here. ourselves another skeleton army token, and we got ourselves, ooh, somewhat pretty. Hatred towards the Tau family, Shaman King rare. We got ourselves a front trigger, which is Blessing of the Great Spirit. This is the front trigger with an effect, or no, yeah, with an effect. And then we've got ourselves a Surge order here for the sake of justice. Have a unit with a Surge in its card name, play this count +1. Draw a card, choose one of your units with a Surge in its card name, and it gets the ability, when it checks a trigger, all of your opponents or all of your rear guards get 5k to the end of the turn. Interesting. Got ourselves Zhang Si Li Paodong. If you play it in order, this guy gets 5k to the end of the turn. So a heal trigger here. So as a normal draw trigger. We got ourselves Yu Zhao Zhang Zhu. No. Yu Zhao Zhang Lu Zia. This is a Tao Yung order. Play this if you have a unit with Tao Yung in its card name. Choose one of your units with Li Paodong in its card name, and it gets, when it hits, choose one of your opponent's vanguards and deal them 1 damage. Wow. That's funky. Ooh, wow. That's a very, very pretty Shaman King rare of Mososo Kuripi. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If you have a unit with Horo in its card name, play the Soul Blast 1, draw a card, front row. Your opponent's front row cannot stand during the next stand phase. Beautiful card. We got ourselves Peak of Aesthetics, or Aesthetics, Miki Hisa Asakura. So, rearguard circle, act once per turn, so +1, choose one of your shaman, and it gets 2k to the end of the turn. And if you oversold, your Vanguard oversold, it gets 5k instead of 2k. I don't understand the point of this card, but okay. Got ourselves Necromancer Faust II here. Choose a card with Elisa in its card name. If you counterblast 1 from your drop, call into rearguard circle in the same column as this unit. And when it attacks, discard the top 2 cards of your deck, and it gets 2k to the end of that battle. Got ourselves the last pack here. We didn't get any sort of crazy super mega Shaman King rare. We did get a bunch of the Shaman King like normal rares, but we didn't get any of the like equivalents to like a DSR or anything like that. We got ourselves Tao Ren. We got ourselves the other Bozo here, who does the same thing. We got ourselves a Boshong crit. We got Oversoul, Great Tau Dragon. If you have a unit with Tao in its card name, you can play this. Choose one of your units with Tao in its card name, and it gets 5k to the end of the turn for every 2 cards in your soul with Tao in their card name. Okay, and then we got ourselves the order for Ryo here, In Search of a Happy Place. So this is a set order, and you can only play this if you have a unit with Wooden Sword Ryo in its card name. While in your order zone, the Ryo's buddies on your rearguard circle cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects and cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects. So even if they do a board wipe, you can't get rid of them. Barrel can still get around with this, and you can still attack into them. Order zone, when your other In Search of Happiness is placed, put this card into the zone, choose one of your vanguards with Wooden Sword Ryo in its card name, and it gets a crit. Sure. Got ourselves a Enter the Ultra Pompadour. Wooden Sword Ryo here. This is one. Oh, this is a different one actually. It has a very similar effect, but a 9k one. But whenever your Asakura or Faust VIII hits a Vanguard, Soul Blast 2 to stand this unit. Got ourselves a double rare Mick here. When this unit is put on rearguard circle for the cost of Oversoul, you may soul charge. And if you soul charge a trigger, one of your Vanguards gets 5k to the end of the turn. And that does it. In general, I am pretty excited for playing Shaman King. I don't know a lot about the actual decks. I do know, you can take a look at, these are some of the cards that I got from Sneak Peek, and that's the trial deck. I know that the Asakura Yo deck is really good. It's very crazy rush. I know Tao Ren is pretty cool. Horo seems cool, but I don't know if it's actually usable. And then I do want to see if Silva is any good, because he's cool as shit. But in any case, hope you guys enjoyed this opening, and until next time, take care of yourself, play Vanguard, and have yourself a damn good one.